Roxanne go. But I knew I had to come to a consensus and kind of go with whatever Caroline and Jake were gonna go with. And so I was trying to convince them it should be Saoirse, but both of them seemed pretty stoked on voting out Roxanne, which at the end of the day was kind of funny, so I guess I liked it. So, but I mean, I feel really bad because I was close to Roxanne, and she was probably a number on my side, but I wanted to prioritize going with Caroline and Jake, even though that really brings along the rhetoric that I flop or whatever. So Logan called me out on being, flipping over the votes are, which is like what I did. So I guess it's true, but I don't want that label put on me. So I don't know. I was just like, have fun with your alliance of one, buddy. And I don't know, that's the only thing I could say in real time, but I thought it was funny.
The other tribe walks in, which we're gonna do today. The other tribe walks into the competition together. We need to do that. Okay, yeah. That's what's gonna help us win. Walking in together. That's gonna be it.
Third competition. Get excited. Latoma's new tribe. It was Roxanne voted out. It is what it is, but we move on. Anyways, today immunity is back up for grabs. Dennis, if you want to bring that to me, please. So I'm gonna take it back. Sure. It is what it is. Alright, immunity is back up for grabs. In today's competition, we're gonna have a 4 versus 4, so you guys will sit out 2 people again. Here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna have one person from each team line up behind these rulers. Race to those balls over there. At those balls, you have to untie all 3 and bring them back to the 2 people standing on these 2 green things. Or one person, sorry, standing on these 2 green things. They will give the balls to them, shoot them into these water buckets. The person who retrieved the balls also runs to go get the balls if they miss. Then, once you get a ball in each of the 3 buckets, you can complete a puzzle. The remaining 2 people will complete a puzzle. The directions are in the bag, so you can figure out how to play that. First person to complete the puzzle wins immunity! Alright, so I'll give you guys... Go!
Oh!
Do they have to be out of the road?
Caroline, go get it.
Come on.
Come on. You got it, Will. You got this.
Nice.
You're good.
Nice.
One more.
Come on, you got it.
You're good.
One more. Wait, just stay behind.
There you go. Let's go.
Stay calm. You guys got it. Close.
Logan and Lucas and Sadie getting started on their puzzle while Will struggles to throw into the bucket. Huge head start on Latoma against Copa because of Will struggles.
Almost over.
You got it. You got it well. That guy up, yeah.
Perfect. So close every time, but so far off.
Fucking God.
You got it.
Lucas and Sadie making progress on their puzzle.
Almost.
You got it.
I'll kill myself.
Good. That was good.
Don't do that. You're too Come on. You got it.
Relax.
You got it. Press start.
You got it. On the back, there's a green and a blue matched together.
Hey, you're not allowed to help.
Oh, I thought I was allowed to help.
Yeah,
No.
Oh, my bad.
Call that out
okay.
right there. Let's say something about that.
That's all right.
Super close, but not yet. Laura and Maggie itching to play in this puzzle. Lucas and Sadie are making amazing progress. Kofa is so far behind.
It's okay.
Yes, sir.
Maggie and Laura immediately onto that puzzle. This is an intense moment. This is what makes or breaks these tribes. It is silent out here while these people work to get this puzzle done in time. This puzzle is tough. It took me literally 15 minutes with help.
Just make sure you're correct. They're struggling.
Yeah, they've been doing it for so long and they're not done. Like we're just.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like a square. Like I think we have the right dimensions.
Maggie and Laura communicating about what the puzzle dimensions are gonna be, while Lucas and Sadie silently work.
They're rearranging their whole stuff.
Will making comments about how the other tribe is doing.
In a sense, what can I do at this point? What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna do something.
What about?
Remember, you guys gotta call it.
Wait, the way you're kind of eating right now.
There are multiple solutions to this puzzle.
Guys, no, there aren't.
There's a next
There's so many different types of windows.
The window. Do not think the puzzle. Overthinking is the devil. Think of a regular window.
It is possible. I've done it.
Well, she can do it.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm kidding.
It is just silent and intense while these people figure out how to get this puzzle.
It's not gonna be like that. They're not.
We have to use everything.
Yep, it needs to be there. Maybe there's two. Maybe it's two like this, but they're smaller. This doesn't fit.
Sadie and Lucas have been working on this for a long time.
We tried doing this, Jake.
Remember, subbing is an option.
You don't want to send it to me.
I don't have anything right now. If I do, I'll run it.
If you want us to say something like that, but you guys gotta. And maybe you don't trust me with the challenge. That's fine.
Okay, keep
Because it will be like
it's just
this.
it's just that.
Yeah.
Look at this is the deciding factor in immunity. Who is going to win? Latoma, only a few pieces off.
Y'all are so close.
Y'all are they're panicking.
No, I like what you were doing.
Don't give them any hints. I'm just kidding. Maggie and Laura counting the blocks.
Nope, go back.
Is this strategy going to work?
Done.
That's done. They win.
Latoma wins immunity. Who's gonna grab the immunity? Who's going to grab it? Lucas grabs immunity. Let's go.
Back from Davis, and we received a clue today after the challenge with the same challenge emojis and then a tree, and I think what I feel like is that I interpreted it as there's two statues here, so it could be between the trees, between the statues and the tree, but I've been here for like 10 minutes and I don't see anything. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and look in the woods where we had comp, and then this tree and these trees. I feel like it's this big tree, but I'm gonna look tomorrow and we'll see.
Yeah, so basically I saw that and I was like, oh bitch, like this needs to be mine, because I just like need to have like some sort of protection. And so I was really thinking like, oh, tennis courts, like I'll go to the Cobb tennis courts and maybe there's like a puzzle piece mural or something, but the Cobb tennis courts are out of the boundaries. So then I was like, okay, well obviously I know a thing or two about tennis balls from today's challenge, so I was like, let's go back to the challenge. And then it was arrow, walk to a tree, Statue of Liberty, like reach up, perhaps. But the clue was on the ground, so I don't know if it fell or if it's just, but luckily it stuck out to me, and I grabbed it, and it said something along the lines of, where glasses sway near buildings of ink, a hidden advantage, oh, it's fuck, I want to be an idol. A hidden advantage waits for those who think. Seek amidst whispers where stories are spun. In this golden shroud, the game has begun. I believe it was at Davis, like the libraries. Basically, there's like books, like ink in the books. So there's a gold, and there happened to be a yellow bush behind Davis. So I went and searched that bush for like 10 minutes last night, and I looked crazy because it was just my flashlight like poking out of the bush, like. So I'm glad no one came up and investigated me, and I didn't find anything, which I was very upset about. And I was feeling really down because no one was really responding to me. No one seemed like terribly receptive. But then today I had a strike of inspiration hit me, and I was like, oh, I'm literally a fucking journalism student. Like I should have clocked that instantly, where stories are spun, like news stories. So I was like, oh, bitch, it's the Carroll Hall. So luckily I go to Carroll Hall, and turns out I found the Hidden Immunity Idol live reveal. Hey! So it's currently in my possession. Very excited about it. And I haven't opened the actual little thing, trinket yet, but yay!
I really do feel like it was like a group loss. Like I don't want to pin it like on one person, but it does say something when Will like made that whole statement like to everyone like immediately after the challenge. That was an interesting choice on his part. Like we were all standing around and Will was like, I'm sorry for like the challenge and how it went. Like please don't like vote me out like based on that. Which was kind of like a crazy statement to make, honestly. Cause like one could argue that he planted the seed of us voting him out. What if none of us were even considering voting him out? That could have been like one of the ways that it could have gone. So when we left the challenge, it was funny. We were like all walking away like really awkwardly together, like no one really knowing what to say, because like the last challenge we were like talking about what happened and like kind of like just coming away from it like just discussing, but this time there was just like kind of an awkward like oh shit, like we're playing now kind of vibe to everyone. And so we walked and we got to like South Road or whatever, and Dennis and Dan went one way and the rest of us went the other way, kind of like toward Franklin Street. And first of all, I fucking totally rerouted my way home so that I could walk with people. I was like, I don't need to get home that fast, like, because I'm not walking away from this group, like I'm walking away on my terms. So it was like me and Maggie and Meredith and Will all walking together, and then like I was just going home, but like so was Will. We were all like walking. I was like, I'll go this way, it'll be fine. But so we were walking and like Will immediately starts playing, like immediately starts throwing out names. Yeah, like the second that we like were away from Dan and Dennis, he was like, I feel like we need to like take one of them down. Like I feel like they're like buddy. We're like okay. And then so Maggie and Meredith split off like at Franklin Street, and I kept walking with Will for a little bit, and he was like, yeah, like I feel like since they're the two straight guys on the tribe, like they're gonna like stick together, and it's like we kind of gotta like split them up and like I just kind of felt like he was telling me, like he was talking to me, and I was just kind of like observing, like absorbing what he was gonna say, because in my head I was like, I'm not making any decisions before I talk to Meredith.
Me and Meredith were talking about how we haven't talked game, haven't talked blah blah blah, and I was like, what do you think about like Laura? And so now we started talking about Laura and Will, and I was like, I feel like Will is very unpredictable, and the fact that I know he was looking for an idol and on the edge of the map too, which means like he might have a strategy with going like outside in. He's the one who keeps asking for clues. He's the one who showed up late and got into it so fast. He's the one who did his little speech. He's the one wanting to reach out. Like, definitely Will is very much into it. So and I asked her at the end, because I was scared to give any names, but me and her like opened up to each other. We didn't say like, hey, want to work together, but it was more organic, just like, who do we think of this person? Who do we think of this? And I was like, if I were to give you a paper like in tribal right now, like whose name would you write? And she said Will. So I was like, same.
People just started doing that, and then Dan texted me. Like we were just talking about the competition, whatever. And I remember telling you in my first confession, I was like, somebody would want to work with this Dan. Like, I think he seems normal and like good at the game. And so like we just kind of like admitted like, yeah, we want to work together. And then he was like, honestly, my ideal group would be me, you, and Maggie. And I was like, say less, like I'm sold. And so like I was already texting Maggie, told her a little bit about that. Dan reached out to her as well and said it's good. And then Dan, which I'm not surprised about, was like, I could definitely get Dennis with us. And like there's 4, there's majority. And I was like, yeah, that sounds amazing.
I mean, I didn't have anyone on my mind. And then after I talked with Meredith, and then Meredith told me, oh, like, I'm thinking about writing Will out. And then, like, he was the only option for me. There was no other option.
Interesting.
Because he didn't come to the first competition, and he did bad in the last competition. So there's no one I can vote for, basically. But yeah, I think things are getting more excited. And after this week, it's gonna be better for me. Because let's say if Will is out, that means there's 4 girls and 2 boys. So they will not vote for a boy, right? Because you need like 2 boys to play a game, basically. In girl, boy, it's the same thing. I'm gonna team up with Meredith, and then that's my plan. Teaming up with Meredith because I think she's good. She did well in the first game. She did okay in the second one, and she came to all of the competitions. So I'm gonna follow what she does, and I think she's gonna follow what I do. I don't actually want him to be out, but if he's the target, then that's what I'm gonna do.
I think like what's gonna be hard about this tribal council is that we have to vote out someone we like any way that it goes, because we have, I think, made a pretty good bond with our tribe, and anyone who goes, we're gonna be sad to see them go. It's not like there's a clear like enemy on the tribe or anything like that. So that's kind of where my head was at. And then we were talking and I told her, well, she was like, I couldn't believe how fast like Will was playing, because like when we were walking away and he's already throwing out names like the second the challenge was over. I was like, yeah, that's true. And what she was saying that I agree with is she was like, we want to vote someone, like the person that we keep in this challenge, like we want it to be someone who's going to be Kofa strong, like if we go into a merge soon, because we really like our like Kofa tribe and we want to like keep up those relationships like post merge as long as we can. So the way that Meredith sees it is that Will, like, since he's such a game player and he's doing the social game so hard, like we could see him flipping on us, like if we merged, and like talking to the other tribe and like trying to align with them. Yes, like I'm feeling more settled about it because like I heard Will's opinion first, and like I think I can be persuaded by a good argument. So like I thought that he had a good point that like it might be a good idea to break up Dan and Dennis, because they do kind of like seem to have a bond. They at least walk in the same direction together, like after pretty much everything, which is like could just be a geographical thing, but like they seem to be connected in some way. But I think that the more dangerous connections that are in our tribe are the ones I'm a part of.
After talking to the girls, a little more iffy about, it's like completely 180 about working with him. I know if like a merge happens, because I'm now scared. Like he says, like yeah, I'll be us two in the final two and stuff. But no, I'm just kind of scared because I don't know where his head's at. I don't know how he's playing Platoma. And just like right now for Kofa, we've talked so much about like being like a strong knit group and like being Kofa strong. And it kind of like got me. I was like, wait, I kind of like talking to these people. I kind of like my tribe. I could just be really gullible. That might be it too. But I kind of want to take Lucas out if I have the chance. I know.
I decided to become captain after this week. We lost the game, so I think we need a captain. I'm gonna be the person who's gonna decide who's gonna stay and who's gonna be out, basically. I'm not gonna tell them when they watch the video. They will learn when they watch the video, yeah.
On the sidelines during the competition, what do you think? Why do you think you guys ended up failing?
You know, as much as like some people may want to just blame on one person, it was a team game in the end, and like I'll assume as much blame as anyone else, even though I was on the sidelines. Like it wasn't just one person's fault, you know. Like not to call Nate Will, you basically gave us a speech at that end, but like I don't blame you at all for that. It was a team game, and we lose as a team, and yeah, so we're here now. I don't really take that into any consideration when I'm voting.
Well, he just name dropped you. What do you think of that? Like, what do you think about your performance, genuinely, like in the challenge?
I mean, I think that, like, obviously I did not give our team the best head start when it comes to the puzzle. But I think we also saw that completing the puzzle was not necessarily like the most linear thing ever. So it's like it could have been solved in 10 seconds. It could have been solved in, could have taken us another hour. So it's like in that like regard, I got lucky because I did set us back. But like I said, I think that it's not like we're chucking boulders or like fucking digging rivers in this game. Like I think tribe performance should not be the biggest factor when you're determining who's going home, because everyone can like stack paper cups together. Like it's not like the activities are not that strenuous where we should really be considering.
Oh, someone's sleeping the shoulder.
You know what? Let me bite my tongue actually. Let me bite my tongue.
Meredith, you also set out, if I remember correctly, during the competition. How did the group decide who was going to sit out?
Yeah, it was very easy. Actually, me and Dan volunteered. I think it was just because, like, you know, we have both played in both of the competitions, and I guess we knew what the challenge was going to be. I didn't know if it was going to get physical. I really did not want to have a Sadie part 2. Like, I was ready to just sit my ass down and watch and cheer my team on from the sidelines, and they did great, and I was really proud of their performance and their team.
Who here, out of everybody, thinks that they're in trouble tonight and could be going? Interesting. The only person to not raise their hand is Maggie.
I guess what Aaron said is true. It's hard to think of like leaving. We kind of got lucky with Merritt, so this is our first time together. It's very unpredictable. So I mean, it could go either way. Obviously, parts racing, everything. But I don't know. My teammates calm me down. Like just now, it was more stressful out there. Now that we're sitting together and everything. So I don't know, it could go either way. There's not really anyone to blame. It's our first time, our first experience, so I could feel like it could go anyway.
Does everyone here know who they're voting tonight? Say yes if you do.
Oh, yes.
Say no if you don't. You don't know?
I feel like I could be swayed one way or the other, but like I'm pretty set with where I'm at. But you know, like things could change. Tribal changes.
You also raised your hand about like when I asked the question who thinks that they're in trouble. Why shouldn't it be you tonight?
Like, cause I don't want it to be. Because it shouldn't be. I think I don't know. That's kind of a hard question just because I can't think of like the reason someone would make up to get me out like socially. Because obviously I talked about the physical reasons why someone could, but like who knows why people. I mean, I think that I have a lot of games left to play, and I would hate to only been done. I guess I've only gotten to play in one challenge, and I would really like to prove my worth to this tribe. Like I think that's why you should keep me. But in terms of like if I feel safe tonight, like I don't know. Like in a way, no. But I'm also just like by nature a very like ADHD like skittish person. So who knows? And I don't know. It's like the objective truth that I just like did not talk to everyone here today. But then when I see someone like everyone's like shaking their head, yes, they know who they're voting for. It's like, okay, well, your plan obviously doesn't include me then if we didn't talk today. So it's like you're either voting for me or someone I'm not expecting to go home, which is scary.
So, Laura, if I remember Meredith mentioned that she wants to bring as many Copa people into the tribe as possible. What do you think in terms of the merge is, do you think everybody here is just going to be Copa strong, or have you observed some sketchy people that you just think, I don't know if I want to bring them along with me?
That's an amazing question, Jake. I would say that I think that really from everyone I've talked to, Kofa Unity is like a big priority for us, like looking forward to a merge. Hopefully that's something that will come along in good time. But I think that there's a couple different ways that this could play. I think that this vote could either unify us stronger or create some schisms in our vote and create some voting blocks that people like. I at least have had on my mind of different ways that it could pan out. I fear I've been thinking a little too hard about it today.
So what about the sketchy people? Have you seen anybody that's you think is sketchy?
I mean, there's no one in particular. I think it's hard
hard because by nature, I'm a trusting person, and so I think that I've spoken to a lot of people and have heard a lot of perspectives that I thought were valuable, and then I've also heard conflicting information about people, and I haven't had the chance to individually speak with everyone, so there's definitely people that I think could go either way, and I think honestly, I think what it comes down to is I think everyone here wants Kofa to go strong. It's just what their version of Kofa looks like ideally.
Meredith, do you think that there's duos and trios existing within the group right now?
Probably. And whether I'm blind to it, that just sucks for me, you know what I mean? But yeah, it would be stupid not to think that coming to tribal and stuff. Obviously we had a break, so I don't know if people were unable to talk, but I'm sure it's going on.
Dennis, have you been at least hearing talk of idols or anything of that sort?
I mean, no. I think no one has. I think no one found the idol yet because it's so hard to find. But if someone did, I would be surprised.
Do you think that somebody?
I will shake his or her hand.
Okay. Do you think that somebody, if for example all three idols have been found, do you think that they have been found by people here or just any other tribe?
People here different. I think our team is much better than the other team. Physically, mentally.
I mean, you're here. All of you guys are here. I don't know. Are you better?
I mean, we lost only one. Next time we're not gonna. Hopefully.
And have you figured out who you're voting?
I think so.
Interesting. You think so, or you know? Do you know?
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I'm decided.
Okay. Do you think that the vote tonight is gonna be a blindside?
On me! I'm going home, it's official. No, I actually don't know. Probably, yes, because, I just go back to the point of, listen, everyone is it's so nice to say, oh, Kofa's strong, we love Kofa, we're so bonded, but, we are about to vote someone out, and everyone has someone they want out of the game in mind, so I don't, what was your question? Your question was...
It was, do you think it's going to be a blindside?
So yeah, just because I don't know where some people's heads are at, who's more competitive this series, there will be a blindside for it. I know when someone is only going to put the whole piece of the puzzle. So whether it's a catastrophic blindside,
Meredith, do you agree with that analysis? Does everybody agree with that analysis? Laura, what's your final point before we get to voting?
I was just gonna say that I think this is evident from what everyone has said, but I just wanted to make it clear. Whoever goes out tonight is someone that we all like. This is just a reality of the game that somebody has to go, and it's just I hope that it doesn't hurt whoever goes. It's still friends.
Anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage and they want to play it, now is your chance to do so. Alright, I'll read. First vote. Dennis. Will. One vote Dennis, one vote Will. Will. That's 2 votes, Will. Will. That's 3 votes, Will. Fourth person voted out. Carolina's 5 votes. Well, the tribe has spoken.
Is I flopped very bad and I had an idol in my pocket, which sucked, but it is what it is. I should have played it. I was gonna play it up until the very last second, and then I just doubted myself and shouldn't have done that. But I guess I'm glad that it was a blindside. I think that's more exciting than just knowing I'm getting voted out. So
whatever. It is what it is. Now I have a fun little story to tell, I guess. But I am bummed. Womp womp.